If you're thinking about how an MBA is going to help you in your career, or maybe you're thinking about doing an MBA, but you're not very sure what your career path is going to look like, you have come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to dive deep into how doing an MBA can help you and your career. Well, one thing about doing an MBA is I usually say that this is the second most important decision that you need to make in your life. The first being getting married. So in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of energy, that is the kind of requirement you have when you're looking at doing an MBA. You're looking at throwing away a perfect life, and taking up a huge education loan and putting yourself possibly in a foreign land, surrounded by people that you don't know. So you're really going to push yourself into a zone of discomfort. And when you push yourself into a zone of discomfort, and this whole journey, this whole process will be many months, right? And this is just before you get into an MBA, and then you have 1 or 2 years of an MBA itself. So for the next foreseeable future, if your life or career is going to get impacted, should you be thinking, why am I doing it? The answer is yes, right? So understanding the purpose, understanding the intent, understanding why you want to do an MBA becomes very, very critical. And your post-MBA goal is really the reason you want to take up that huge education loan and invest 2 years of your life, right? So I think it's very, very important that you get that clarity. So throughout the journey, whenever you are going to face challenges, you deep down are convinced on your reasons for going through this journey. Well, one question that I keep getting asked is, the reason I want to do an MBA is because I need more money, I need a promotion, I need to kind of catapult myself into a career orbital that is more than what I'm currently doing. But are these really the right reasons for me to do an MBA? Is this why I should kind of, do all of it? Well, if you were to ask me, that is at a very high level, the output of what will happen if you make the right career choices. So the output or the result is you'll get more money, you'll get more promotion. But what is the core of it? The core of it is you are currently at your workplace doing well, is what I'm assuming, at whatever you're doing. But there is something that you feel is stopping you from getting to the next level. And this delta between where you are and where you want to be is what you want to bridge using an MBA. So if you are a working professional who is looking at, a particular career path, my first point would be make sure that you have clarity around what your career is going to be, what your career is going to look like. And once you have that clarity, with or without an MBA, you can then look back and say, well, I can traverse this path with an MBA, or I can traverse this path without an MBA. And that, according to me, is where you will get clarity as to why an MBA is required for you to get your goals. So this is true for all working professionals, which is you already have a life, you already have things that are working for you. But what is the delta shift that you're looking at? Answering that question will help you eventually answer the larger question, which is, why should I do an MBA? And sometimes it's perfectly okay for you not to have a very clear post-MBA goal. And let's be honest, right? If I want to be an entrepreneur, it's a general set of skills that I need. I need to have some leadership skills. I need to have the ability to connect the dots. So it's very much possible that at this point, you don't really know what your post-MBA career is going to look like. If you want to be a product manager, you want to be in marketing, you want to be in finance, you want to be in sales, you want to be in consulting, you want to be in general management. In any case, the best way for us is to start by looking at that career path. What would this career look like in 2027? What would it be to be an entrepreneur in an AI-driven world in 2027? What are the kind of skills that I need to prepare myself in order to get to that career path? So any post-MBA goal is fine, but having knowledge of what you are getting into is a prerequisite for you to apply to a B school. The simple reason being that in the B school, in this 1 or 2 years, it is going to be like drinking from a fire hose. There is going to be a lot that will be thrown at you. If you don't have clarity as to what that career path is going to require, you will not be able to extract the benefits out of your 1 or 2 years at the B school. So even if you don't know it, I think it's a good idea for us to research on what that post-MBA career path is going to look like. Now the question is, how do I really get clarity about my post-MBA goals, right? Should I be visiting some website? Should I take some subscription of any news portal? Should I talk to people? Should I use LinkedIn? The answer is all of these. And if I were to pick one that is the most effective, it is to go and figure out one use case, one person who has been in the career path that you want to have. And ask that person, what are the challenges? Where do you see this industry? I want to be a product manager in the Silicon Valley. You are already one. Can you tell me what are the things that I don't know and things that I should learn? I think having that beginner's mindset, having that inquisitiveness, having that curiosity of figuring out what it is, talking to people who have been there and done that, is a great way for you to get the clarity and know what is required from an MBA and what is required from you as a person. So one thing about post-MBA career paths is it has to be aligned to your background, to your education, to your experience, to your strengths. So you want to make sure that the career path makes sense, it fits. You are able to connect all the dots. So when you look at a post-MBA career path, you also ask yourself, what are the transferable skills that I can bring from my current job onto the new job? Now, what are transferable skills? Let me give an example. Let's take your understanding of technology or a particular programming language. Let's say you know Python and you know scripting. Now, in your current company, you may be using it in a particular way, but you know that this is a very essential tool that you would be having in your toolkit when you get into the real world, when you start working post-MBA. So look at things. How will my knowledge of scripting or Python programming, for example, help me in my career in financial analysis? How will it help me in my career as a product manager? How will it help me when I'm a consultant or when I'm working with big data? Right? So these are the kind of questions that you need to ask to check whether your past is connecting with the future that you envisage. Now, many times what may happen is you have discussed with people, you kind of know there are some skill sets that you need to gain, but you're not very sure about taking the next step. Should I really make this huge investment of doing an MBA before I get to that path? Or is it possible that I don't actually need an MBA and I can do other things in order to kind of, get to the same goal? Now, if you're looking at it that way, there are 3 things that you need to keep in mind, which is first, is there a way by which you can get that experience? Let us say your friend is working at a startup and he has a challenge, he has a problem that you would like to pick up and solve. Well, that kind of experience will tell you how to roll up your sleeves and how to get some thing actually done. You will also be able to understand that in the real world, there are going to be a lot of variables that are not really captured in a case study or a textbook. The second thing that you want to do is you want to expose yourself to this industry, right? You want to talk to practitioners in this industry. You want to maybe attend forums. You want to attend some online events. and really hobnobbing with such people will tell you what are the current trends in the industry. What are the kind of challenges, what are the kind of trends that people who are currently in that job role facing. And the third thing would be to educate yourself. And how do you educate yourself? Today, you're watching this video on YouTube, you're educating yourself. That is really a first step, right? There is tons of resources that you're going to find on YouTube, and we are going to bring a lot of it in the Crackverbal YouTube channel as well. So YouTube, Coursera, Udemy, there are a bunch of online portals where you can actually learn those skills without really spending too much. So these are the three things that I would probably suggest in case you're thinking of a particular career path you're not very sure of and you're thinking maybe an MBA will help. Because this will open up your blind sides. What are the things that I don't know that I don't know? Because till now we were figuring out only the things that you don't know. So there is also another area where you don't know how the problem or the whole landscape looks like. So that's what these three things will help you do. Can you apply to an MBA without knowing what you want to do? The answer is no. Very simply, you have to fake it till you make it. If you think, well, I don't have all the answers, but I hope once I get into an MBA, I am going to be able to figure it out, could be a bad strategy. Because the B schools are asking, is this a person who has the clarity, as I said, to utilize our resources? Would he be a good fit into this place? And I was someone who went to Wharton, and she said, Arun, these 2 years, you have so much of exposure. Just think about it. Every Harvard Business Review that has ever been published is at your fingertips, right? You have a networking lunch. You have a consultant come and speak a day in the life of a consultant. You could have business plan competitions. You could have very exciting, professors like Adam Grant taking classes. Now, you always will have a choice. What should I do, right? How do I pack my day? Knowing what you are expecting post-MBA will help you filter the choices that you're going to get at the B school. The analogy that she actually gave was, think of it this way, you're walking through a fruit orchard and you want to make a fruit salad at the end of it. If you know what that fruit salad is going to look like, you can actually go and pick just the right fruits that you need in order to make your fruit salad. Otherwise, you can go crazy trying to pick everything and really making a mess out of it. So I'm going to say this again. These schools expect you to have that clarity. So you need to fake it till you make it. It's very much possible that once you get into a B school, you may choose to change your career path. No problem. Nobody is going to come at the second year and say, well, you wrote consulting in your essay, but why are you sitting for a product company? Nobody's going to ask you that, right? So don't worry. Once you get into a B school, you can always change your plans. In fact, one of the reasons you are investing in an MBA is so that you can change the way you're thinking. Correct? So having a change in business plans while you are in B school is perfectly okay. But before you get in, you need to have a clear plan that you articulate in your essay as well as in the interview. One of the things that we do at Crackverbal is we actually help students with our mentoring services, and a lot of mentoring is around figuring out these essential questions, right? Because they may look very easy, but trust me, I've had thousands of students coming in every year, many of whom make it to some of the top schools in the world, but they all struggle with some existential questions, right? Why should I do an MBA? What kind of post-MBA career path should I choose? What in my background fits into this career path? What geography should I look at? What kind of B school should I look at? Will it really make sense for me to get my ROI? And these are questions which are not trivial, right? You can't go Google for it or go to ChatGPT and ask these questions, because these are very personal to you. And you need someone who kind of understands you as a person for him or her to help interpret your choices. Someone who can act as a sounding board for you. If you have that mentor in your workplace, someone who's a senior who's already done an MBA and who can guide you through that, great. But in case you need some professional help, you can always reach out to us at Crackverbal and we'll be more than happy to provide you the clarity. Take out time to reflect on your life choices. So far, you have been blindly following a mob, and this is not your fault. This is what's happened, right? In 10th, you take science or commerce, depending on factors. Then you get into engineering. Again, that's not too much of a choice that we have. We come out, we start working. So sometimes, you wake up in your 20s and 30s and you ask yourself, well, is this it? Right? I did all of these things in order to get to this career path. Maybe there is something more out there. Maybe there is something that I would like to do which is different than what I'm currently doing. This is the time for you to actually make that choice, think through it and ensure that you talk to people, ensure that you have the relevant data, and ensure that this decision is completely yours and, you own up to whatever, that outcome would be. Well, I hope that was a lot for you to process. Thank you so much for watching this video. In case you're looking out for content around MBA, around GMAT, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more updates. In case you are looking at having your profile evaluated by someone from my team, we would be happy to get onto a one-on-one call with you and understand and explore some of the career choices that you need to make. Please make sure that you go ahead and click on the link given below in the description.